Nah, man, I didn't expect Floyd Mayweather to try to kill my brother with all the security guards.
Step up.
Logan Paul reacts to the fight between Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul. Logan Paul isn't very happy with his younger brother Jake Paul right now. Jake Paul stole the show at the Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather press conference as he got into a physical fight with the boxer Floyd Mayweather. We all know the big fight between Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather is happening, but somehow Logan wasn't the one that ended up getting Floyd Mayweather mad. After the first face-to-face press conference between Logan and Floyd, Floyd was talking to the press and having a good time while explaining what will go down on the fight night.
I feel good, and I'm going to go out there and perform and do what I do best.
Floyd, you really want to take them both on at the same night? Both
Absolutely, brothers? Easy. You got two fake fighters. Fake fight, I'm a real fighter.
There was some friendly banter between the two fighters, but then Jake Paul came up to Floyd Mayweather and the entire vibe changed. Quickly, Jake Paul got into Floyd Mayweather's face and they argued about them fighting the same night as Logan and Floyd. Although this could have also been staged and just to get more eyes on the show. But then Jake Paul did something that Floyd wasn't expecting. Jake Paul stole his hat. And although this seems like a harmless joke, Floyd Mayweather really didn't like that Jake Paul did that. Things went berserk from there.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the paperwork for this bum.
Get Al Heyman.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Heyman.
Let me call Al Heyman.
I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss.
One night. Got your hat. Got your hat.
And it appeared that many punches were thrown to Jake Paul's side. It was hard to see who threw the shots and if anything landed, but you could definitely see that Jake Paul's shirt was ripped. Floyd and his 30 bodyguards jumped Jake Paul, leaving him injured. The fight only lasted for a couple minutes before Jake Paul and his team managed to get away from the bodyguards. It seems that it was less a fight and more of Jake Paul getting jumped by Floyd Mayweather's large team of bodyguards. Even after they got away, Floyd Mayweather was still pressed about the situation. He was even yelling some pretty dangerous threats.
Let's go. Watch out, guys. Watch out.
Jake Paul went on TikTok after the fight, showing off some of his battle wounds with Floyd Mayweather and his team. It seems like Floyd and his bodyguards actually got a few good hits on Jake Paul. He can be seen with a cut by his eye and also even maybe some loose teeth. Jake Paul went on to Twitter saying, "Honestly, have had 3 easy fights as a pro, so been itching for some real action. One of Floyd's 30 bodyguards got a clean shot on me in the eye. Respect." It's clear that Jake Paul isn't as upset about the situation as Floyd Mayweather is, and he was able to laugh it off.
About to steal Floyd Mayweather's hat. I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the paperwork for this bum.
Get Al Heyman.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Heyman.
Let me call Al Heyman.
I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss.
One night. Got your hat.
Woo!
It went good.
Jake also tweeted the reason he stole Floyd Mayweather's hat. He tweeted, "I stole his hat because he steals people's money with his boring fights." But what does brother Logan Paul think about the entire thing? Well, apparently at the time, Logan Paul had no idea what was happening, but he still saw the fight between Floyd and his team versus Jake Paul, so he tried to stop it. Logan's team pulled him back and did not let him help his brother, as that could ruin the chances of the fight between him and Floyd happening. So he had to watch his little brother getting punched numerous times. You can hear Logan ask what was going on many times throughout the situation. You can visibly see that Logan was very upset with his brother Jake Paul because he took it too far with Floyd Mayweather. talk to you in a second. Come on. We're going back to the locker room. When Jake Paul ran away, you could see Floyd going after Logan Paul instead. So that just shows that what Jake Paul does affects Logan as well. Logan went to Twitter after the face-to-face post conference and posted a photo of Floyd mad with the caption, "All for a hat." It seems that Logan is confused as to why Floyd got so mad at his brother Jake Paul. Did Jake Paul really deserve to get beaten up because of a hat? Regardless, Logan Paul talked to the press after the fight and explained to them that Jake Paul actually told Logan his plan of stealing his hat before he did it. Logan told the press that he told his brother not to steal his hat, but he ended up doing it anyway.
The brawl. Were you expecting anything like that?
Yeah, he told me to do it. I told him not to.
The funniest part about this entire situation is that when Jake Paul first got into boxing when he fought Deji, KSI's brother, Floyd Mayweather was actually on Jake's side helping him train.
You know, I'm his manager, I'm his trainer.
That's right.
You know, when it comes to the fight game, support him, follow him, money. Mayweather, and yes, he's a part of the money team.
Yo, it's over, bro.
And you know it.
And you know it.
So it seems like things are no longer what they seem. Floyd Mayweather obviously no longer supports Jake Paul, and Jake Paul thinks that Floyd is going to get his goons to hurt him. He took to Twitter to say this: "Word on the street already is that Floyd is sending goons after me to try and kill me or hurt me. If I die, I died for the hat." Hopefully Floyd Mayweather doesn't take it to that level, but Jake Paul should have known not to mess with someone like him. Floyd repeatedly says that he doesn't play games. Some fans on social media are going crazy as they think the entire fight between Jake Paul and Floyd was staged so that they can get more attention and sell more pay-per-view. This doesn't seem like it's a wild theory either. We all know that Floyd Mayweather is really into money. Therefore, if people buy more pay-per-view, he will get more money. Before the fight even went down, you could see Floyd saying many times that he is an entertainer as well as a boxer. So maybe he and the Pauls are just trying to entertain the world. If that's the case, well, Floyd Mayweather should get an Oscar for Best Actor because he seemed pretty upset. Let us know what you think about the fight and who you think will win in the boxing match between them.
Chill.
Respect me. I am too. Retired. I got you.